Even the youngest children can be taught their letters with the official King Tar approved primer, lavishly illustrated with the oak woodcuts. Each letter is represented by a beast, plant, or person from the world of Kellereth and accompanied by a delightful rhyme. Babies will babble over the mermaid, little boys will love the ferocious Cartesian bear, girls of all ages will appreciate the stern Sir Inuit gazing across the sand. Turn over the pages for yourself and appreciate the artistry that has gone into the Santharian primer. Interesting for children, that's for sure. I guess so. Here we have the official King Tar approved primer. Joy of every little child trying to learn the Therian letters. You flip through the pages of the primer. I will look at the picture first. A is for Adlamir, tallest of the trees. Its seeds go floating abroad on the breeze. I confess that personally I really like rhymes which not only rhyme but also have like the same length of the parts of the sentences which are supposed to rhyme, and that it's also that those parts also have to have the same rhythm. And if they don't have that, I don't like rhymes too much, which is why I will not be too happy about all of the rhymes I see here. Sorry about that. Okay, let's review the next page. You flip through the pages of the primer. B stands for bear and savage is he. A Cartesian mountain sea goes roaming for free. You flip through the pages of the primer. C is for candle bush, giving us light. Oily the berries make candles so bright. Yeah, that's the kind of rhyme I like. You flip through the pages of the primer. D is the dog nut, so salty to taste, but eat not too many that thicken the waist. E stands for Efrit, a weapon of might. 3 wooden pieces send army to flight. That's cute that they actually have a page for each letter. We name Foridus, that we know well, a plant and a spice grown for farmers to sell. And actually with pictures for those pages. Z it is Silath, now endeth this page. Beware of its wings and its terrible rage. Okay, it's not each letter, but enough. It's good enough. Huh. We read all of the children books. Are we good or what? Okay, let's go east. The Lorehold administration. You are standing at the at the heart of the Lorehold in front of a large desk made out of cherry tree wood. Lots of paper, a mess on it, belong with piles of books that make it difficult to view the person sitting behind them. A dark-haired young lady. She seems to do some cataloging. Now, next to the lady on top of one of the book piles, there is a warning note. A warning note? A warning about the lady, maybe? This seems to be a warning note written by one of the Lorehold administrators. Obviously, it hasn't been delivered yet. You carefully move closer to the table and get a glimpse on the warning note. It seems to be addressed to one of the Lorehold attendants. It says, just a moment. Who's writing this anyway? Dear aspiring Magos by Honan, it has come to my attention that certain individuals of the Xemaxian Fire Department, who for some reason are on the loose, have a tendency to ignore rules and regulations here in the Lorehold. I'm sure you know at least one of those in question, my dear mage, and feel free to add your little friend to your count as well. The incidents I'm referring to involve a loud bang, a half-burned once precious tome, a bunch of fleeing visitors, comments like, "It's nowhere safe anymore, not even in the library," women frightened to death by pursuing critters, and the like. Probably you could name me a handful of further incidents. On second thought, better not, or our once tranquil Lorehold would have to do without magical assistance, pretty sure. The Lorehold administration would like to make it perfectly clear that a continuation of these practices cannot be tolerated. I can assure you that the Lorehold features rooms that, in case of an emergency, could be used as dungeons. Non-obliging personnel might make a rather unpleasant encounter with the legendary demon ducks to be tended there. Demon ducks? Cute. Alternatively, we could test with a few experiments how fireproof fire mages actually are. The fiery greetings, your dear Lorehold house dragon, Dalla Valania. I feel like I've heard of this Valania before. You grin and put the warning back on the desk where you found it. Ooh. So it's actually a warning from this lady. As you approach the pile of books and lay your hand on them to view their titles, the cataloging lady glares at you. "I wouldn't do that if I were you," she says. "If every rascal passing by grabs a book from my desk, there isn't much use in cataloging them, now is it? Some people try to work here." Unassuming in appearance, with sun-browned skin and dark hair, Dalla has a nice welcoming smile. One of the oddities of her features is a contraption of steel and glass called spectacles, apparently an invention of the gnomes, which she purchased from time to time on the bridge of her nose, which seems to heighten the power of her eyesight considerably. How do you know that? Spectacles. Ah, the famous gnomish octagon eye glasses. A fabulous Darren invention doing wonders if one's eyesight isn't what it is meant to be. How those gnomes managed to accomplish such a feat is still beyond comprehension of many a regular commoner. You clear your throat in order to get Dalla's attention. She finishes a sentence she had been writing, then looks up to you. "Yes, what may I do for you?" "Oh, we can talk about the Potiorama to her." "I'd like to know where I could find the book called the Potiorama. Do you happen to know where I could find it?" You try your luck. You politely ask Dalla about the Potiorama book. "The Potiorama? That's an alchemy book, right?" Dalla inquires. You nod. She pulls a card indexed from a locker nearby and flips through it elegantly. "I fear it's not on its place on the shelf, my dear," she then informs you after having found the right note. "Someone has it in use at the moment."